So I'm going to scroll up to this. Notice that 3, if I were to distribute, do you guys remember this from last year? 3 times the sum of x plus 2 is the same thing as 3 times x and 3 times 2. Do you guys remember doing that? Do you remember seeing that? Jason's shaking his head. Yes, no, you don't remember that, Tyler? Okay. So here's when I'm just going to scribble all this out. Here is when we use the distributive property. We use the distributive property to eliminate parentheses. That's why we use the distributive property. We use the distributive property to get rid of or eliminate parentheses. That's what we use it for, okay? It's important to eliminate parentheses. When we start solving equations, often our equations are going to have a parenthesis in it, just like our expressions did. And we can't solve our equation until we get rid of the parentheses. All right, so we're going to jump right to this. So when I use the distributive property, this is how I want you guys to do this. We're taking the number that's on the outside, put a circle around it. Let me make it bigger. And we're going to multiply it by the 2 numbers on the inside. So I draw arrows. So I'm taking 3 times x plus 3 times what? What's the next number? 2. Okay. What is 3 times x? 3x. And what is 3 times 2? 6. Let's try it again. I'm going to take the number on the outside and circle it. And I'm going to draw arrows because I'm distributing it to the numbers on the inside. So I'm taking 2 and multiplying it by, what am I multiplying the 2 by? R. And I'm taking a positive 2. I'm changing this to a positive. I want you to understand that this 2 is positive. A positive 2. And what am I multiplying the positive 2 by? What is this term on the inside? -4. So 2 times R is, and 2 times -4 is -8. Let's do it again. This one is weird because the number outside the parenthesis is on the back side of the parenthesis. Yes. Because what is the value of 2? The number on the outside of the parenthesis. Is 2 positive or negative? That's why I want this to be a positive. I want you to think of it like that. And here's why. Because sometimes this number outside will be a negative. That's when this would be a -2. Okay? Good question, Daniela. So what about the n, the number that I'm distributing? It's on the other side of the parenthesis. Does it work the same way? Yes. We're going to take n times n, and we're going to take n times 6. Okay. What is n times n? N squared. N times n is n squared. Plus, what is 6 times n? 6n. Okay. I'm going to do another example with you. So we're going to call this one example number 4. So can you guys squeeze another example on your paper? Will it fit? I don't know where you want to put it. I don't know. I just want to do another example. Maybe you can fit it up top right here. Maybe it'll fit right up here next to the box. Do you guys see what I'm doing? Look at me. Do you see where you have this box right here? let's put example number 4 right here, okay? I want to do -3 times y minus 7. So, Jacob, I want you to write this example right here next to your box. Call it example 4. Example 4, put it right here by the box. You're doing yours on paper. Good, good. You guys are so awesome. Because I want to show you, Daniela, what happens when you have a negative on the outside of the parenthesis, okay? Because that was kind of like your question, which was awesome. So what number am I multiplying outside the parenthesis? -3. So I'm going to draw my arrow. So that means I have to take -3 times y. But I also have to take -3 times what? Yeah, -3 times -7. Do you see that? So when I simplify this, what is -3 times y? -3y. And what is -3 times -7? That's when you add them. We're multiplying. A negative times a negative is a positive 21. Okay. So you have 6 questions here. As well as the 10 questions from the previous page, okay? Does that make sense? It is for homework, but you should get it done in class. I'm going to set another 15-minute timer. Actually, I'm going to give you 10 minutes this time. I'm going to give you 10 minutes, and we're going to try to play a quick game or do like a quick interactive practice together.